Okay, let's get into 1.3 variables on both sides of our equation sign this time, our equal sign. All right, we've done one step, we've done two steps, so we've always tried to get the letter by itself. All right, now, today we're going to look at what happens when a letter is on both sides of the equal sign. So what we'll do is we'll try to get the letter to one side, the numbers to the other, and then clean it up after we get it into a one-step equation. Now, some people like to move the smaller x first. Other people like to stay with a pattern and get all their x's to the left and all their numbers to the right. All right, we're more accustomed to seeing, we're more used to seeing the variable or the letter on the left-hand side. So I always try to move my letter from the right side to the left. All right, so it's up to you. You can do it either way, but let's go ahead and get started. All right, so when solving, we'll get variables on both sides. Our goal is to get the variable on one side and then proceed to solve it like we have done. So you'll notice I have an x on both sides of the equal sign. All right, I'm going to take the x on the right, the 2x, and I'm going to move it to the left by doing the opposite. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. All right, once we do this, that'll give us 3x plus 8 equals 29. And now you'll notice we have this into a two-step equation. All right. Now, let's get our x by itself. So I'm going to move the 8 to the right. So letters went to the left, numbers went to the right, and I'm left with 3x equals 21. If I divide by 3 now, it'll tell me that x is 7. All right, so again, I like to try to move my number from the right side to the left side and then work from there because I'm used to seeing it that way. Okay, let's look at letter B. 4x minus 5 equals 9x plus 7. Again, I see x's on both sides of this equal sign, so I am going to move my x on the right to the left by doing the opposite sign. It's a positive 9x, so I'm going to do minus 9x from both sides. 4x minus 9x is negative 5x. Be very careful with your signs. Copy the negative 5, copy the positive 7. All right, now we're going to go ahead and free up our x. So I'm going to move this negative 5 over by doing plus 5 on both sides of the equal sign. I'm left with negative 5x equals 12. If I divide by negative 5, I'm left with a fraction. All right, so I can leave my answer as negative 12 over 5, or I can take my calculator and I can do negative 12 divided by 5, and it'll give me negative 2.4. You may write your answer either way, as a decimal or a reduced fraction. It is all up to you. All right, let's go to our third one. I have 6 minus x equals x minus 4. I'm going to move my x from the right. So I'm going to do minus x on both sides of my equal sign. Okay, I'm left with 6 minus x, oops, let me correct that. Negative x minus x is negative 2x. So we have 6 minus 2x equals negative 4. Sorry. All right, now, this is a positive 6, so when I move it over, I have to subtract 6 to both sides. Now be very careful. I'm left with a negative 2x because the 6's cancel. But notice the sign in front of the 2x. Negative 4 minus 6 is negative 10. All right, now we can divide that by negative 2. Negative 2. Remember, a negative divided by a negative will change to a positive, so x equals positive 5. All right, we're going to have you try the next couple problems, and then we'll go through it as a class. Okay. We'll go through example 2 together, just to make sure you did all right up above. All right. These are going to be some special cases in example 2. Now, let's move our x's to the left. So I'm going to do minus 3x. Minus 3x. Ooh, you'll notice it cancels and it changes to 0, so those are gone. So I'm left with 7 equals 18. Now, is this true or false? 7 does not equal 18. This is false. So what we do is we call this, when all our letters cancel and we're left with two numbers that are not the same, we call it no solution. You can't do the problem, you can't solve it. Our variables canceled, we're left with two numbers that are not the same number. Now let's look at example B, the other special case. All right, I'm going to move my x over by doing a plus x on both sides of my equal sign. You'll notice they cancel again, but this time I'm left with 10 equals 10. This is true, those are the same number. So what we call it, if the same number equals the same number and our letters cancel, we say that it's infinite. There are infinite solutions. We can pick anything for x and it would work. All right, when we write infinite, we don't have to write the whole word, we can abbreviate it. All right, same thing with no solution. If you don't want to write the whole word for no solution, you can use the symbol of 0 with a line through it. That stands for no solution also if you don't want to write the word. All right, we'll come back and we'll look at the you tries together and see how you did, and we'll have some people show it. All right. Otherwise, remember, try to stay with a pattern. You can get your x's to either side technically, but we're so accustomed to having the x on the left side, maybe we want to stay with that pattern. Good luck, keep up the great work, and we will do some practice together now.